Hello and welcome. I am so excited to guide you today through really the first expression of a methodology that I've been working on developing for some time. So, this is called Step Into Your Next Level Identity Upgrade Vision Scripting. And what I'm going to be walking you through today is my possibility script method. So, this is a manifestation method for visionary women, founders, and creatives on the edge of their next evolution. So we'll get into a little bit more if this is right for you. If you felt called to watch this, chances are it is, but we'll get into it. And if you're not someone that typically is into the manifestation woo-woo sort of thing, I really challenge you to stick around because there is more to it than that. It does take into play psychology and really optimizing our mindset and our belief system. Essentially, our brain doesn't know what's fact or fiction. So we have the opportunity to use that to our advantage to create the reality that we want to see. So I'm Erin Wilson. This is what I'm building, and these are some of the things that I'm using this method for, as well as some of my other methodology pieces, which I'll be sharing over the coming months. So I am building an award-winning creative agency and brand identity methodology, a proprietary possibility framework for becoming the creative CEO of your own life, a collective movement of women rising up to their potential, my own podcast, The Erin Wilson Show, and demand for paid thought leadership. So are all of these things complete and out there in the world? Absolutely not. I'm in the messy middle with you. Do I believe that they are going to come to fruition? Absolutely. Because I have worked on my self-belief, my self-trust, my belief in infinite possibility. And I am using all of that to my advantage to really create in real time the life that I want to see. I've been to the depths, and I'm walking this path with you. So I'll share a bit about this picture in a second. I know it's a little bit intense. So my reality has been continuously upgrading, but it's to match the depths at which I'm willing to look within at myself, rise above the challenges that come up, and come home to myself. So coming home to myself really means every time I fall down, I have the courage to look at what needs to be looked at, say what needs to be said, and I come back to me. At the end of the day, every time I get up, I'm always the one that's there to lift myself back up. Yes, I absolutely have my support systems, but who I will always have at the end of the day is myself. And this is so, so important to nurture your relationship with yourself. I don't have all the answers. I'm simply sharing what's been working for me, what I'm excited about, what's lighting me up, and what's feeling aligned for me. So this picture was taken at a really low point in my life last year. I had just had a major surgery and some follow-up procedures and was really having a rough time. I was healing well, but this whole process really took so much out of me because it really was a 2.5 year process from discovery and diagnosis to going from specialist to specialist, procedure to procedure, and all these appointments being on medication for essentially that whole 2.5 years. It really altered the trajectory of that time that I thought would look so different. And when life throws these curveballs at us, we have the opportunity to just get through it, which is incredible on its own. We also have the opportunity to really look deeper within ourselves, see what's there to discover, see what shadows and blind spots are wanting to have light shed on them through those challenges. And so that's something that I really rose up to. And over the last year, there's been so much transformation happening behind the scenes, and I've been in a quiet building phase, and I just feel like I have so much quality information that's becoming a methodology to share with the world that will really help others have profound transformation to create the life that they can't wait to wake up to. So that's the process that's unfolding for me, and I'm excited to share it with you. So this method unlocked purchasing our next level home. First of all, it helped us access home ownership, and it helped us manifest the ideal home for our next level. It was in tandem with other things, of course, but I do believe that it was pivotal in really attracting the right home for us. So I'm going to move my head so you can see all the pictures. And this was at a time that we really didn't have a lot of hope, even though the market was better for buyers than it had been. It wasn't looking promising. We had put 2 offers in and they failed, and they weren't even for places that we were really sold on. We just were kind of succumbing to the urgency to get into a place because we had to leave where we were renting. So it was like the universe was forcing us to go in this direction. We're trying to figure it out. And so I used this method to get really clear on what I wanted that space to look and feel like. And I got really specific, and focusing on the feeling became really important. Yes, the specs of the home, like how many bathrooms, bedrooms, and stuff like that was important. But what really helps attract the outcome is the feeling and embodying that feeling and really imagining it as a visceral experience. So this is where we live right now, and we have so much gratitude for this space. We are actually already manifesting a second property. I have a vision board on Pinterest, what I want that to look like, and it feels so much more possible to me, like absolutely feels possible to me, which is crazy coming from just less than a year ago. Buying our first property felt impossible. So this really is just a fun, easy, cozy, playful, low stakes process that can help you amplify your manifestation practices if you already have some, or really just get you started in the process of getting really clear on what you want and calling that in. So here's what we're going to be talking about today. So this is what is included in this free overview that I'm walking you through right now. We're going to talk about some of the things that may have called you here. So things you may be feeling and resonating with you lately and noticing in your environment. We're going to introduce you to possibility. So I'm going to talk to you about my possibility gap framework and the shift from impossibility to reality. And then we're going to talk about the method overview. So the 5-step process for the possibility scripting method to upgrade your identity to match the next level of your vision, the next level of that identity that you want to step into. And this is the part that will be available in the paid experience, the deeper dive. So we're going to talk about laying the foundation, how to prepare, expand, and magnetize your desires. My latest script. So I'm actually going to share with you my own big, bold script, my most recent one, and my secret power boosting ingredients that make it extra potent. And then I'm going to show you how to amplify this script. So bonus tips to optimize and supercharge it, and how to carry it forward into a 21-day ritual to really start to see those shifts in your reality take place. So before we go further, let's play. And I'm going to talk to you in the next slide about why play is an important part of this process. But for now, let's just have fun with it. So let's just say an alien anthropologist arrives. They're studying human behavior, all the funny little things humans do. They ask why humans light and blow out birthday candles, because to them, with all their high-end technology and a futuristic way of living, they don't understand. So your mission is to explain it to them in the most incorrect and ridiculous way possible. And once you do that, I want you to leave your answer in the comments. If this isn't really resonating with you, what you can do to get into the energy of play is put on your favorite song, dance it out, let it be silly, no one's watching, and have fun with it. Here is my explanation to our alien anthropologist. Every birthday, blowing out candles on your cake is an opportunity to wish to travel to a different time. But for it to work, you have to have the number of candles that represent the age you were at the time you want to travel to. You have to blow them all out at once, before they burn down and without getting wax on the cake. Almost no one succeeds. People that do succeed, we probably don't know because they go off to that other timeline. So feel free to pause this video, do this mission or dance it out or both, and then come back. So why is play important? Something that I realized, and this is really a core part of my methodology, is that play is the key to unlocking our desired reality through the realm of infinite possibility. So this is kind of the sequence that we flow through. And what's really exciting is that play is such a small part of this process. So it's such a small entryway that opens into so much possibility. So from play, it expands our mind. It opens our mind to thinking with curiosity, coming up with new solutions, becoming curious about what we want, what could be possible for us. From that curious place, we are naturally more creative. So we come up with ideas for how to take that and turn it into something. And from there, we have so much possibility. So our form of creativity today is going to be writing the script, which is really like a movie script. So then we open to infinite possibility. And from that, we can create our desired reality. So it's very, very exciting. So the first section, what called you here? So these are things you may be feeling and resonating with lately. So a big vision for your life is emerging and you're ready for change. So you are probably feeling a stirring within you. And we'll get more into some of the specific kind of symptoms and things that you may be noticing. But if you feel like you're outgrowing an old identity, or you'd like to be, or you may be feeling like you're kind of in between an old and a new identity, totally with you there. This method is a fun, cozy, creative, and personalized way to call in the next version of you that's calling to you. So it means the power of possibility is calling to you. So you may be noticing relationships, environments, and behaviors aren't resonating the way they used to. So for me, I'm noticing certain foods that I've always loved. I'm not really craving anymore, or my appetite has just changed. TV shows I used to like aren't really appealing to me anymore. Certain client relationships or other relationships are just kind of falling away on their own. And so what I'm doing instead of making it wrong is just getting curious about it. You may be feeling boredom or restlessness in your everyday experience. You may be craving change, spontaneity, adventure, or a sense of more, even if you can't put your finger on what that is. And you may have a sense that there's more out there for you to explore. And again, you might not know what that looks like, but it's just this feeling that you have. And a feeling that you're worth more than what your current reality is reflecting. So you may be feeling like your income level, the type of clients that you have, your relationships, your home environment aren't really rising up to meet you where you are. Or a stirring of creative, expansive energy from within you. So this all points to a new timeline and identity upgrade with unexplored possibility is calling to you. And this is such an exciting edge to be on. You have an opportunity here to really take a leap of faith and design your next chapter any way that you want it to unfold. And I really want to encourage you to imagine that there is absolutely no limit or ceiling to this. That's infinite possibility. Let's dive deeper. I'd like to introduce you to infinite possibility for short. So I'm going to walk you through my possibility gap framework and how we're going to shift you from impossibility to reality. So what does possibility even mean? By definition, it means a chance that something may happen or be true, an available choice or option, or a hidden potential for the future. This is from Cambridge Dictionary. The core meanings are a chance, an option, potential. And I really, really love the word potential here because infinite possibility is really untapped potential. So this is my possibility gap framework. The smaller indigo colored circle represents what is. So these are your current circumstances or your perception of your current reality. And then the lighter purple is what could be, which in reality would extend off this page completely because that is infinite possibility. There is no ceiling, there is no limit. So the whole foundation of this framework is that your current circumstances do not equal or dictate your future potential. There's actually more to it than that, and we have so much more power than we give ourselves credit for. So here's the process that we move through. Belief. If I exist, anything is possible. So this is truly my belief. And if you think about it, people always say we're on a rock in space in this massive galaxy that we can't even fully comprehend. We're still discovering what's out there. And so for me, if we're even here at all, I feel like anything could be possible. And so from here, we have permission. If anything is possible, what do I want and can I allow myself to want it? And then from there, self-trust. Can I trust myself to hold my desires and use my discernment? Then we move into aligned action. What aligned action is my intuition guiding me to take? Intuition is really important in guiding us in the right direction. And I'm going to be extending my offers in the coming months to help you build your relationship with your intuition. If this is something that's new to you, it's something I've been working on honing for many, many years now. And I have complete trust and faith in it. And I feel very lucky and grateful to say that. But I've also put in the work to get there. And, with manifestation, it's not magic in terms of, it's not like blowing out candles on your birthday cake where you make a wish and that's going to happen. It comes down to our belief in ourselves, in the universe co-creating our reality with us, or whatever you believe in, universe, God, source, whatever language resonates with you. It's about embodying the energy of the person who already has it, taking action and making decisions from that place. And it's also being detached. So this doesn't mean that you don't care. It means because you're acting as if you already have it, there is no energy of desperation or clinging because you already have it. You're already experiencing and living in that feeling of it being your reality. So then we have evidence. As you move through this process, the universe or whatever, your reality has no choice but to mirror back to you all of that good energy that you're putting out and all of those aligned actions that you're taking. So am I willing to pay attention, first of all? And can I be open to my manifestations unfolding even better than I imagined? Because with infinite possibility, anything is possible. The universe likes to surprise us. So this is something I'm really learning, and releasing control is so important in this process. And the more we can say, yes, this is what I want, and I'm open to it turning out even better, then the better it's going to turn out. And then finally, we have the new reality. And from here, once you adapt to this new reality, you can ask, what else is possible for me? So it's the cyclical process. And each time there's less friction, there's less resistance, it's more fun, creative, free. And we can just keep doing this forever. We can keep altering our reality because we're here to experience life. We're here to explore. We are, in my belief, the universe experiencing itself. And so, what do you want that to look like? What do you want that to feel like? And it's just a very exciting opportunity. So, we're going to shift you from impossibility to reality. So, your desires move from that place of impossibility, which is, if you go back to the possibility gap framework, the belief that your current circumstances equal your future potential. This is how it's always been, so this is how it's going to be. And then we open you to possibility. So really get you into that flow through that play to curiosity, creativity, possibility to be able to shape the new reality. From there, it turns into probability because once you start doing all these things, embodying the energy, taking the aligned action, it becomes probable. And then it's really an exponential build that makes your desired reality inevitable. Like I said, the universe has no choice but to reflect back to you what you're putting out. And then we have the reality. So the major change is happening through this process. is an increase in confidence, self-belief, self-worth, and self-trust. And it's not just self-belief, like I said, it's belief in infinite possibility and in the universe co-creating your reality with you. And it's really just a spiral. As I said, it's exponential. I have a question for you. If anything is possible, which would you like to believe? It's your choice. So the identity limiting view is my reality is what it is. It's that impossibility. My current circumstances dictate what's possible for me. My big dreams for my life are just that, only dreams. I won't be able to attain the level of success of those who already have it. It has to be hard and take a long time. This one I'm still working through. I know it's a challenge because we've been conditioned to constantly be productive and for the things that we want to feel like they need to take a long time, to feel like we need to sacrifice, and almost that burnout needs to happen, and that whole burnout culture, wearing burnout as a badge of honor. Or you can choose the identity expanding view, which at its core is I have the power to shift my reality. I can alter my circumstances to align with the identity I want to step into. My big dreams for my life are possible because I can dream them. If you can dream it, it means that it's possible. If we're here, anything is possible. If they can do it, so can I. And it gets to be fun and easy, which I know it sounds too good to be true. And like I said, I am learning this right alongside you. So now we're going to get into the method overview. So first, make it cozy. And we're going to go through these steps in more detail. 2, release tension and have fun. 3, free flow write. 4, record your script. 5, celebrate and follow through. So let's dive deeper. Step 1, make it cozy. Set aside a designated 60-minute time block. First of all, you want to make sure that there's spaciousness. You don't want to feel rushed. Choose a quiet space that feels supportive, expansive, comfortable, cozy again, where you're not going to be interrupted and where you have everything that you're going to need. Prepare your favorite beverage. This might be a coffee, hot chocolate, whatever that looks like for you. Turn on your favorite playlist, or you can use mine. I'm going to share a QR code to my playlist on Spotify that I used for my script. Light a candle or incense, totally optional. You can also play with the lighting to make it nice and cozy as well. Have a journal and pen ready. If you want, buy a new journal that speaks to you, or just have one that's comfortable and easy to write in with a pen that's not going to run out on you. And physically writing makes it so much more potent than typing on your computer, so I highly recommend that. So there's the QR code for my Spotify playlist if you want to use that. Next step is to release tension and have fun. This is really where that play element comes into actually creating your script. So close your eyes, take a few deep breaths with one hand on your heart and one on your belly. And you don't have to do this right now. I'm just guiding you through what you will do. Start moving gently and intuitively to the music. Allow the movement to naturally build and become as energetic as you feel called to. And you might feel a little bit stiff at first. That's totally normal. But no one's around, no one's watching. Let it be fun. Let it be organic. Let it be crazy if it needs to be. And allow the movements to release tension in any areas of your body that are stressed, sore, or clenched. We tend to carry a lot of stored tension in our body, so just pay attention to that and release it through not force, but fluidity. So just, again, let your body move intuitively. It knows what to do. Once you feel complete with movement, return to sitting, taking a few deep breaths to regulate, just to really connect and ground. Then we're going to actually get into writing our script. So this is going to be in first person present tense. You're going to describe the ideal reality you're calling in. For example, I wake up naturally in my plush bed. So you can think of this like a movie script, like really make it as descriptive as you can, as specific as you can. Think of it like these are instructions for the reality to be able to unfold. So make it descriptively vivid to elicit a visceral emotional response. Remember that the universe responds very well to specifics, as I said. Actually, I want to share an example of this. So a good friend of mine, she was doing something similar, really just making a list of what she was looking for in her next apartment. And she put indoor/outdoor pool. And going back to the concept of the universe taking things very literally, she literally found a building that had an indoor/outdoor pool, as in half of it is outdoors, half of it is indoors. It's all one pool. So super specific, and it turned out even better than she was expecting, just by accident. So it's a fun example of that. So doubt, distractions, and writer's block are natural. Allow them to be okay. Don't get sucked into frustration. Take a deep breath and just return to your vision. Pay attention to the music. Get back into your body, out of your mind. Don't strive for perfection. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just audacious authenticity. Again, I really want you to dream big. So what do you truly want if you're really honest with yourself and don't hold back? And then, this part might feel cringy. That's okay. But you're going to record your script in your voice on your phone. So imagine yourself as the version of you who already lives this reality every day. How would they speak? What would they sound like? And then on your phone, record yourself reading your script aloud. Speak it slowly, seductively, and passionately. Don't worry about the cringe. It's part of the process. Avoid recording it multiple times. It doesn't need to sound perfectly polished. It just needs to be in your voice and recorded in a relaxed state. Sorry, my head is blocking again. And finally, celebrate and follow through. You did it. Celebrate taking this step toward your desired identity and reality. Give yourself a pat on the back, do a little dance. And then, this is the important part. So this isn't a one and done thing. This is something that you're going to carry forward with you for at least 21 days. So listen to your recording every morning upon waking, before you even get out of bed. And you can also listen to it before bed if you want. It's going to just get you into that headspace even more. And that time in between asleep and awake on either end of the day is a really great time to lock this in. And then you are going to carry on with your day, embodying the feeling of your script already being your lived experience. So if you already were that person, just carry that feeling with you, whatever that looks like. So where you can, also take the aligned actions that this new version of you would take. Make the decisions that this version of you would take as much as possible. And then you are going to do simple daily grounding practices to nurture your nervous system to help anchor the new reality into your body. Our nervous system feeling safe and secure is an important part of this working. Possible outcomes. I'm not guaranteeing to you that you're going to manifest $1 million, you're going to manifest your dream home. That's not really how this works. You have to also put in some work. And that's the exciting part, is that you really have agency, you have authority over your life. And I really encourage you to shift from I have to do this to I get to do this, and keeping it fun, light, playful. And again, this is something I'm working through myself. I know it can be challenging. There's a lot of unlearning that has to happen in this process. Having said that, here are some possible outcomes. Increase self-confidence, audaciousness, and belief in your new reality. Naturally beginning to act and operate from the new identity. It's just going to feel a lot more effortless. You may notice people, environments, and habits fall away that no longer align with your desired reality. So because the universe really wants to co-create this with us, things might just start to fall away because the universe has that understanding, okay, well, if this is what you want, this relationship or this thing that you're doing isn't congruent with that reality or with that outcome. So it needs to fall away. So suddenly, for example, the TV shows you've been used to watching, they don't appeal to you anymore. And that happened to me. There were certain reality TV shows or even darker content that I used to enjoy watching, and I just haven't felt any desire to watch those anymore. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I'm just using that as an example of something that I'm just not feeling called to. And what that's really doing is creating space for the new reality to enter. You may feel more energized, inspired, creative, and aligned to your true path, because some space may be created for you, or you may feel called to create that space. You may notice the emerging of new connections, opportunities, and ideas that support this new reality. So, your reality reflects your belief in self and infinite possibility. So, I really want to anchor that it's not just making a wish and hoping it comes true. It's really shifting your mindset and your belief in the process. So, that concludes the free overview of this method. And if you want to dive deeper with me, I will put a link in the description, and I hope to see you there. We are going to cover laying the foundation again, how to prepare, expand, and magnetize your desires. My latest script I'll share with you, which is kind of vulnerable, but I'm happy to do that. And how to amplify it. So, a couple of bonus tips to optimize and supercharge your script. So, I want to ask you, what reality and identity upgrade is calling you? Is it a new income level, a new client, or a promotion? More travel opportunities? Is it opportunities for speaking engagements, a new home, a second home? Whatever it looks like. And again, infinite possibility. It can be literally anything you want that feels aligned. If you are just sticking around for the free walkthrough, thank you so much for being here. And I hope that you have fun DIYing this process. If you really want to take it all the way, I highly recommend doing the deep dive with me. I would love if you leave a review and share it with someone that you want to level up with. And here are some other ways that you can connect with me. I have my podcast, The Erin Wilson Show, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. On Substack, my publication called The Pollen Path. Other offerings on my Sacral Rose website. I have a one-to-one creative activation alignment session, and that's really good if you want to dive deeper with me one-on-one, if you're feeling blocked around this, or you're not really sure what the next chapter has in store for you and you want some clarity around that. It's a very intuitively guided and personalized experience. But thank you so, so much for being here with me, for believing in infinite possibility with me, and being someone who has the courage to have agency over their life and become the creative CEO of their own life. Bye.